Hello there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. Um, I'm coming at you with something different today. Um, Not really going to play a video or anything like that. Just want to talk about what I've been noticing the past few days with the Maui fire and what's been happening. Um, Before I begin, just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers and please comment, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 100 subscriptions, 100 subscribers by September 15th on my birthday. You guys have been great. Just trying to get my channel to grow and keep putting out content and try to be a voice for the people. So with that being said, um, you know, it's funny how people's attention spans get sidetracked so quickly after a catastrophe or something like that, especially when you have the media and the powers that be, that they don't slowly but surely start shutting it down. Sometimes they'll do it abruptly, and they try to distract everybody with different things, as to say, you know what, we got this. You people can go about your lives. Don't worry about it. But the truth of the matter is, what's going on in Maui is not over, not by a long shot. Um, there's still, okay, over 2,000 children missing, and probably over 1,000 adults missing. So don't let the media fool you, okay? Because the powers that be in Maui, the governor, the mayor, police chief, and whoever's in charge, they still haven't given a definite number of how many people are missing. There's still a big media blackout. There's still people that want to go visit, where their property was, being arrested. Okay, you can't fly a drone over the area. There's video footage coming out, and I don't know how they're getting it. Where their workers on the inside, there's actual video of the military setting up like a scrubbing a camp or base, where their workers are walking through, and I've seen the video for myself. I'm gonna try to track it down and put it out, where you have people who are cleaning up the debris. They're stepping into a small little blue, like, kid swimming pool with some white substance inside. They're rubbing their shoes, they're walking into it. They're stepping on plastic pallets. And then you have one military person with a hose, hosing down their feet. Another military person with a giant scrub brush, scrubbing the bottom of their boots. And then another military person with another hose, spraying their shoes off, and then spraying the area they were standing on. What that's all about, I do not know. And I've looked and looked and looked and tried to find out what exactly could it be that they're scrubbing off these workers' feet. Okay, which means that something big is going on, especially with the fact with whoever's in charge of, I'm going to call it the cleanup, because obviously that's what they're doing. They're trying to scrub the place clean for whatever nefarious reason. Okay? But it's strange how the media all of a sudden has switched from the tragedy in Hawaii. Okay? They switched over to the hurricane in Florida. And now the biggest thing you see, especially by a lot of content creators on YouTube, and I won't mention any names, but now everything is about that freaking Burning Man concert or whatever the hell it is. Now, don't get me wrong. On one of my videos yesterday, I said my thoughts about it in respect that when people are in trouble, people tend to help each other out, and I was sympathetic about that, about the rain going down and people needing help, but they'll help each other out. But my distaste was that, why is it that something like that can happen where people will help each other out, but when it comes to Maui, they're being left in the dark, and so is the rest of society? Which means that something big and something nefarious is up, because it's unheard of for something like this to happen. And the response, the cleanup response, is getting more attention than the response to help the people and give them the answers that they need and find the people that are missing. So I'm scrolling through YouTube, looking at all the news outlets, okay? And this is how, this is, I trying to find the words, and the only thing I could think of is either, I'm not going to say inhumane, okay? Some people are just oblivious to the news. Some people are just oblivious to the fact that there are bad things happening, you know, around the world, and sometimes people just look at it like, if I don't know about it, then I'm okay. You know, because some people just can't deal and cope with tragedy after tragedy, so they lose their minds and go somewhere else. You know, it could be a physical place or just somewhere else in their mind where they feel like, you know what, if I ignore all the pain and suffering that's going on around me, then I have nothing to worry about and I'm okay. But then you have people whose job is to shine the light of what's going on, i.e., you know, news outlets, journalists, reporters, you know, stuff like that. So I'm going down on the YouTube search, and you know, just right up here alone, okay, you got Martha Stewart Sparks Fury with a photo that she took on a cruise ship. Oh, whoop-de-doo, because she put a piece of iceberg ice inside one of her drinks. But oh, I mean, it made the news, you know. I mean, wow. Then it says the Maui mayor shares his whereabouts on the night of the deadly wildfires. That was 3 days ago. Okay. Biden comes out, no money for Maui. This is from The Hill. I looked at it. It's an old news clip, maybe with a little extra, but this was 11 hours ago, but they put this out a few days ago. So then I start scrolling down some more. Okay. And I mean, the news outlets, you got Biden, who's talking a lot of jazz, you know, on you know, Labor Day today, just, you know, pandering to the masses that keep clapping for him. It's like, yeah, you're clapping for a man that, you know, showed his love for the American Democrats in Maui by what, 5 hours, 4 hours, nearly fell asleep on it. And then you got things here with Russia going on and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. Okay. But then, as you're looking at the news, it just, you know, it drops and drops and drops and drops, and then bam. ABC 7, what is Burning Man? That was 30 minutes ago. WRAL, Raleigh man sheds experience at Burning Man, 35 minutes ago. ABC, Max Exodus from Burning Man, 1 hour ago. 8 News Now, storm causes muddy mess for festival goers, that was an hour. Forbes, drone footage, Burning Man, that was an hour. Fox 11, Burning Man. CBS News, Burning Man. NBC News, Burning Man. CBS News again, Burning Man, 3 hours ago. KITV, 1,000 stranded at Burning Man concert. WISN, Wisconsin, Burning Man. ABC 7, Burning Man. Burning Man, Burning Man, Burning Man, Burning Man, Burning Man. Okay, supposedly there was one death at Burning Man, but nobody knows exactly if it's true, and if it is, how. They say that it's a national emergency now because there's over 70,000 people stuck out there. Okay? But yet, when you look at all the news footage, everybody is partying in the mud, walking around, just hanging out. You know, I mean, this picture, the pictures of the rainbow has been going around all day. Okay? Just so they can show everybody out there, okay, enjoying themselves in celebration, okay, of burning a giant wooden effigy. And yet the news wants to just, you know, make this like it's such a tragedy, what's going on. You got nearly 70,000 people who are mostly adults, because I haven't heard anything about children. There might be children there, I don't know. But I know the celebrities there. Celebrities are getting out. They're making their way out. You know, because they got the money and the means. But you have, let's say 95, 96, 97% of adults out there, okay, who made the decision, who have been making the decision year after year after year for the past, what, 30 years to come to this festival? And then the one time that they get rain, as if nobody knew the weather forecast. There's no way you're going to tell me, with all the rain and all the heavy weather that's been going on out west, that not one person out of 70,000 knew what the weather might be like. Nobody's drowned. It's not flooded. Nothing is being destroyed. No fires. Do you know what it is? It's a giant camping week rainout. That's all it is. That's all the freak it is. I've gone camping many a times. If I went camping 5 times in the summer, chances are twice or 3 times it was a rainy weekend. It happens. But what do? You play in the mud. You try to save the matches from getting wet. And you drink and you party. And you know what? When you leave, the sun comes out on the last day. You dry up and you got a story to tell. It's just beyond me how they're doing all this. Now, people might say, oh, well, you know what? Well, they're still talking about Maui. So I did a little more research, just because sometimes you got to do this. So I'm looking at, I figured, okay, I go to Maui Fires Update. Channel 2 News, 6 days ago. NBC News, 6 days ago. Maui Business, 6 days ago. I'm sorry, that was NBC again. Hawaiian Real Estate, well, he's been on the ground. This was a day ago. He's been on the ground every day. Okay. Law by Mike, 2 days ago. Channel 2 News, 3 days ago. The Young Turks, 5 days ago. As if they freaking matter anyway. Okay. WFAA, 2 weeks ago. WFAA again, 3 weeks ago. News Center Maine, 4 days ago. Do you see what I'm saying? If you look at my video that I did a day, 2 days ago, when I said that it was every day with the mainstream media, and then it'll be every other day, and then it'll be once a week. That's by design. Because the powers that be are doing this. They don't want nobody to care. This is why I said over a week ago, nearly 2 weeks ago, on one of my videos, the people of Maui need help. This is not over just because it's not in the news anymore or they're not playing it. This is not over because a bunch of adults decided to pack up for a week, go somewhere in the desert where they knew they couldn't shower and wash their asses, but they made that choice. And sorry for being so vulgar. As opposed to the people in Maui who were let down and thousands of people are missing and or can possibly be dead. Where the rest of the people are being pushed out. And this is what people rather talk about. The Burning Man Festival. It's disgusting. I look at the content that I put out. I'm not great. I don't have a big following. I'm very grateful for the 53 subscribers I got, and I really want more. And some of my views get 20 views, 30 views, 40, 50 views if I'm lucky. Most of the time they average about 10. But I'm looking at some of the content creators that started with Maui and they're getting 100,000 views, 200,000 views, and now everything's about Burning Man. Totally forgot about Maui. Totally forgot about the children. The only person, I'll name one, and I'll give him a shout out because he deserves it. 2 of them actually, okay? Which is Hawaii Real Estate and Hustle Bitch has been putting out information every single day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, on what's going on in Maui. As a matter of fact, he put out something today that made me think about doing this video because it was almost the same thing that he's saying, because it's true. People are now being led astray to forget. And yet, we got to worry about Martha Stewart having the money to go on a cruise in Iceland or whatever, and she shows that she was able to get a piece of ice from an iceberg, and her and her staff put it in a glass of, of whatever booze that they're drinking. Who freaking cares? She's rich. Let her do whatever the hell she wants. Okay? Why does that gotta make the news? What about the children? What about the people that are displaced? What about the answers what about the answers to the questions that are not being answered? Like, why was the water cut off? Why weren't the sirens put on? Where was the fire chief? How come they keep kicking people out? How come they're pushing journalists away? It's funny how they'll stop talking about Maui, or a fire that happened at Maui that could have been avoided, at least to the point to get more survivors. But everybody's more concerned now about a freaking festival in the desert where people are going to get together and start a freaking fire. To celebrate what? It's horrible. And there's still over 2,000 children missing. I'm True Outlaw Patriot. If you like the video, please comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and pass it around. Don't stop praying for Maui and the people in Maui and the children. I'm not saying don't care about the people in the Burning Man festival. I'm not saying that. But they're going to be fine. Why is it deemed a state of emergency? If that's deemed a state of emergency, then by all means, Maui should be deemed an apocalypse. An apocalyptic event. Remember, stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Peace.